Welcome back for round 2 of playtesting with the High Priest of Penance deck. I made some changes, as you can see. I acquired a new Obsidat, which I put in place of the Zealous Conscripts. I've dropped the birds that were not actually helping me that much. I may end up putting them back in if I need to. I got some more Loyal Cathars with Kendall from the podcast. I also wanted to try out Bonds of Faith. Part of this is as a cheaper Oblivion Ring as a way of getting rid of creatures to not die. But part of it is also I wanted to try out putting Bonds of Faith on High Priest of Penance so that Rolling Temblers won't kill it. That way I could destroy a permanent without losing my guy. So it's a really silly thought, but I'd like to see how it works. So we're going to be trying that out this time. I made some small changes to the sideboard. I know I put in Sands of Delirium because I am growing to hate the Esper control deck. I probably need to pick up some more Assemble the Legion because I really like that. However, I don't have them yet, so we're going to give this a shot. We'll see how it goes. Always want best 2 out of 3. And let's check it out. I'm kind of doing these. I'm just going to do these standard testing matches when I get them. I'm not necessarily doing 3 at once or whatever. I'll just kind of do them and add them to the playlist when I feel like it, when I have no ideas. 1 second, let me be mannered to my opponent. Alright, let's check out this hand. Boros Guildgate turn 1. We've got Blood Crypt or Isolated Chapel turn 2. That looks perfectly fine. Because we can lead off with either Loyal Cathar or High Priest of Penance, depending on what we feel like. One side thought, we just reported the podcast, and as we mentioned there, if any of you feel like helping playtest or playing some silly standard videos like this, let me know, and I would be more than happy to... Oh, I forgot Isolated Chapel was not the shock lane I thought it was. Oops, then we will be a turn behind on this. That's okay. We can start with Boros Reckoner if we want. Anyway, if you guys are interested in being in on some of these videos, send me a message. My account on Magic Online is Tutor, like my Twitter handle, and my YouTube channel, and we can make that happen. Possibly over Skype if you wish. Alright, looks like we've got a reasonable zombies deck. I'm thinking Boros Reckoner could get punished. That said, so could kind of anything here. I'm going to go ahead and drop the High Priest of Penance. Just because he can't use Uvenwald Tracker to kill it without a pretty reasonable punishment for it. I'm guessing that most of his removal is going to be that sort of deal damage by fighting sort of removal, or may just be Uvenwald Tracker. This looks a bit like the Ooze deck, which would explain why he's got triple green already. Okay, it looks like he is running Tragic Slips. That's fine. We've got Boros Reckoner we can follow up with if we want. Yeah, I'll go ahead and pay for the Blood Crypt so I can get both Doom Traveler and Boros Reckoner out. I'm thinking High Priest of Penance may not have been the right first play. I just was kind of thinking it would be the best way to discourage attacks for starting out. Alright, got Abrupt Decay. This guy seems to have a lot of removal, which isn't the worst. It means that he's going to have to start either running out of cards, or he's going to have something to answer all of our creatures we've got. I'm going to go ahead and block here. I'm going to make him use his mana. he can't fight and regenerate. I guess he can stay alive by discarding a creature like that, but that's fine. I'm content to get that out of his hand by making him discard. Doom Traveler I'm almost always willing to block with. Alright, this is not bad, actually. I like the idea of Riders of Gavany. We can assume he's probably pretty low on removal, so I can drop Riders of Gavany and name Zombie. That's probably what most of the creatures in his deck are, although, again, this may be the Ooze deck. So there may be some of the Strangle Rootgeist or some of the other creatures. But for now, just name Zombie. I could definitely add Oonwald Tracker instead. Add like Human or something. That way I would be able to not be targeted by this ability. But I like the idea of being able to block the Wildlife Troll if nothing else goes wrong. Okay, this is in fact the Ooze deck. That's not the worst, although it makes me kind of regret playing my Riders and not waiting to see. Alright. There's no reason to attack because Predator Ooze can just block us all day. So it would be good for us to go ahead and start blocking with a couple of things. I'm going to go ahead and play Loyal Cathar for one thing because if it dies, we still get some value out of it, so the Oonwald Tracker is less scary. However, for another thing, that leaves us Devour Flesh to play. I could consider playing it right now just because all of the targets are decent. But I could also play it in response to... if I played after he untaps, he would be able to choose to fight something if he wanted. Actually, I'm going to go ahead, I think, and do it right now. Go ahead and pull the trigger so that he doesn't get to use his ability in response and then sack his tracker. Okay, he killed the Wildlife Troll. I'm more than happy with that. I guess he did it because, you know, I'm immune to zombies, so it's not as amazing. Okay, right here, if I block with Riders of Gavany, he's going to get +1/+1, so that'll be a total of 4 damage, so that's not okay. I'm going to go ahead and block... Actually, no, I don't want to block the damage because then he'd grow, and I don't really want that. So I'm going to go ahead and let the damage through for now. I can start chump blocking with it if I need to, because he's got Vigilance. It's important to remember that all of my humans have protection from zombies, so my Loyal Cathar does as well. If I block with my Loyal Cathar, he will no longer. So there's that downside. Alright, here's one. This will pump up my humans, and it has some side benefits. It pumps up all of my guys, so I think it's probably worth playing, and it's worth playing in first main phase. So we're going to have a 4/4 not flying, 4/4 and a 3/3, and they both have Vigilance coming at him. He doesn't have any blocks with these guys, so he can chump block with a tracker if he wants, but it's not good for him. Alright, so we've got a chance. Zealous Conscripts would be pretty good if we can steal maybe his Predator Ooze. Again, I don't really want to block if I can help it because it'll just give him an extra counter. So, I will block the Trample guy with my bigger guy, and the smaller guy with the smaller guy. I don't really want to kill the Dread Mangler. so I'm not going to block with enough damage to kill it. It died it died because of the ancient, of course. Okay, so I need to remember he's going to be able to fight creatures. So I can't just leave one guy back. Thankfully, Vigilance is really coming to save me right now. I'm going to have to start chumping in order to stay alive. But I've got a decent amount of dudes, so it's not the worst. It's unfortunate to lose my Angel, especially while giving him buffs. But I'm taking him down little by little. If I do get Zealous Conscripts, it'll be really bad for him. I'm probably going to block with my the Predators with my Loyal Cathar this time, just because, again, I get some value back. Of course, he's taken out all my best creatures in the order which they're best. That's understandable. Sometimes it just happens. That said, he has no blockers. If I draw a land that comes into play untapped, I get to steal his creature and just kill him. Unless he's got something. Unless he has some kind of removal, he has no cards in hand, so he can't. Sorry, I'm misspeaking a couple of times here because I'm not really used to talking while playing, unsurprisingly. Alright, looks like he gets to have his guy fight my blocker and then kill me. So I'm going to go ahead and say good game, and we'll move to game 2. Let's see what I've got in my sideboard that's good against this mess. Obviously, Oblivion Rings are going to be awesome. Fiend Hunters are good because they can help take care of the Predator Oozes. Burning Oil is not so good here. Near Heath Pilgrim isn't terrible, but let's see. Oblivion Rings are all good. Rest in Peace. He's got a decent amount of graveyard interaction stuff, but we're going to see. Rolling Tembler is still pretty good against him. Most of his stuff comes back, but he's got so many little guys that it'll generally hit. Frontline Medic doesn't have much value here. If the best thing a creature can do is survive Rolling Tembler, it's not great. Silverblade Paladin's okay, but it, again, doesn't interact well with, like, the Ooze. That said, the Ooze is intentionally hard to interact with. 2 more cuts at least. Conscripts is probably good if we get up to it. Riders is going to be great because he's got so many zombies. Lingering Souls is really good with Angel of Jubilation. I'm going to go ahead and cut 1 Paladin, I think, and maybe 1 Loyal Cathar, because it's hard to get through against him. We'll see how that is. Actually, I like the Paladins because Double Strike is really good against most of his creatures, like Strangleroot Geist. So I'm going to ditch the Loyal Cathars instead. Alright, I'll go ahead and play first. This is a very weird hand, but not the worst. I'll have a turn 3 Precinct Captain, turn 4 Silverblade Paladin. That's not terrible. It's not amazing, but it's okay. Gonna start with one of my 3 identical lanes. Arbor Elf. It's always scary to see him ramping out into something. However, Rolling Tembler is a pretty good answer even if it's turn 4. Because I've got Rolling Tembler, I may consider not dropping a creature, but if this is an Ooze, I have to go for it. Dread Mangler also is not hit by Rolling Tembler because it survives it. So Sadly, I'm going to have to go in with a creature plane. So I'm going to go ahead and drop the Precinct Captain and pass the turn. This is a lot of damage awfully quickly. Silverblade Paladin may help shut that off a bit. Also, Silverblade Paladin with a Precinct Captain is going to give him double strike, so I'm going to get twice as many token creatures. So I can kind of chump block all day if he keeps attacking him like that. So I will probably, instead of blocking with my Silverblade Paladin, if he attacks with both, I'll probably just chump block with 2 soldiers. I'm not convinced he's going to necessarily attack into this, unless he's got another Dreg Mangler. But, okay, he's got the ability to give his guy Rancor. Trample, sorry. So my chump blocker is not quite so good now. Really wish I had not gotten another Rolling Tumbler. But we'll see how this goes. Okay, like I said, I'm going to just block him. Okay, if I take 5 now, I've got Angel of Jubilation. That makes my Silverblade Paladin or my Precinct Captain easy or good enough to kill Dreg Mangler with first strike. So I'm just going to block this way for now. I'd like to keep my Silverblade Paladin along so I can keep the double strike for now. Alright, what do we have? Do we have removal? Yes, we do. That's not actually the worst because I like the idea of a double striking Angel of Jubilation. Important to notice that double strike does not save you from fighting. So if he had his Dreg Mangler that's not rankered fight my Angel, the Angel would just die. Which means okay, if I got 2 more lands, I could double Rolling Tumbler just to clear the field. Is it worth Angel's Jubilationing? I'm not sure it is because, like I said, the Mangler could take out my Angel, and then I'd have pretty close to lethal coming at me. Instead, I think I'm gonna actually, let me think. Right, first, I'm gonna go in with my Silverblade Paladin. Oh wait, I'm being silly. Silverblade Paladin is not Precinct Captain. I was thinking I could send it in to get another thing. I forgot which person he killed. I think I will probably have to Oblivion Ring the Rancor. I'm going to chump block with a soldier and try and survive. If I can get my Angel of Jubilation onto the field, I'll feel a lot better, but the Rancor is actually my biggest problem right now. he's got 4 cards in hand. There's a decent chance he's just got removal from my Silverblade Paladin. So things are not looking great for the home team. He can definitely fight beforehand and have that kill that. So then he attacks with these 3. I have to block 3/3, and I am against these 2 creatures with no board. It's awfully nice of him. He's letting me block. I'm going to go ahead and block the Arbor Elf so that I take 3 damage, but he has to use his tracker and all of his mana in order to kill the Paladin. That said, nothing can save me here. So sadly, the High Priest of Penance deck is not working quite well enough yet. Trying to think what could have helped us here. I guess even World Trackers is still a problem for the lifelink pilgrim that gives the soul bond lifelinks. Sorry, I was having a hard time seeing this under the recording bar. Near Heath Pilgrim. So that's not quite good enough. Burning Oil might have been the answer. I maybe should have brought in Burning Oils instead of something else, but it's a tough trade-off because that doesn't do anything against the oozes. So again, it's hard. Thank you for watching this round. I'm gonna probably test with it a bit more. It's hard because you can lose a lot and not. You can lose a lot and not necessarily know what to fix, and sometimes the deck isn't quite good enough, or sometimes it's just missing something that you need to test more to figure out. So thank you guys for watching.